Hello, my name is Michael with Entertain Me TV Show Reviews, and this is a review for Gold Rush Season 3 Episode 16, The Motherlode, which is the season finale for this season of Gold Rush. For 3 crews, this gold mining season was do or die, the goal to hit the Motherlode. Todd Hoffman's crew doubled down on men and machines to mine 2 separate claims in a Klondike. They battled each other in a race to millions in gold, but when one claim failed, they were forced to unite in a desperate bid to strike it rich. Down at Porcupine Creek, the Dakota boys continued their hunt for the bottom of an ancient waterfall. The deeper they dug, the more certain they grew that they were sitting on a pot of gold. And over at Big Nugget, in a desperate bid for redemption, Parker risked the future of the mine on Smith Creek, but when it did pan out, Parker turned to Emerson Trench and struck gold. Now with the big freeze about to hit, the miners make one final push. 3 crews, 1 Motherlode. In the Klondike, the mining season is rapidly coming to a close. Night temperatures have dropped as low as 15 degrees and the Hoffman crew is struggling. The pay dirt is frozen. With winter banging down their door, Todd and his crew have 721 ounces of gold, but they're still 279 ounces short of their 1,000-ounce goal for the season. As the crew scrapes the frozen ground for pay dirt, Todd checks Cut 1. Cut 1 is frozen. Todd's only hope is to find ground that's not as hard as rock. Indian River has succumbed to the cold, but Jack Hoffman refuses to quit. The gold channel they discovered in Cut 1 is one of the richest ground they've ever mined, but they can no longer dig it. The Hoffman crew is prepared to take extreme measures to get to 1,000 ounces of gold. Down south at Porcupine Creek, Dakota Fred needs another 21 ounces of gold, worth $30,000, to hit his 160-ounce goal for the season. He's convinced that there's a massive deposit of gold at the bottom of an ancient waterfall, but he's having a bad time busting through the hard layer of dirt protecting his pot of gold. But Fred has devised a new plan to get his $250,000 in gold for the season. Fred thinks the ramp he used to get down to the bottom of the glory hole contains gold, but with every bucket of gold-rich dirt, the ramp gets more treacherous. The ramp is falling apart beneath him. He has no choice but to abandon his plan. Fred is now stuck on the ramp. Deep in the Porcupine Creek glory hole, Dakota Fred is in trouble. The access ramp is crumbling underneath him and he's teetering on a 60-foot drop-off. He's forced to give up on his last effort to get glory hole gold. By abandoning the glory hole, the Dakota boys will fall 21 ounces short of their 160-ounce goal for the season. Down the road in Haines, Alaska, Parker Snubble has been summoned to an important meeting. So far this season, Parker has mined 161 ounces of gold worth $250,000. Parker is just 30 ounces or $45,000 short of the 190 ounces he needs just to cover his running costs for the season. With new urgency, Parker digs Emerson Trench. For the last 2 years, Parker has hunted down every remaining yard of dirt at the Big Nugget mine, but last week his luck changed. He tested the Emerson Trench ground and found what could be the mine's last remaining pay streak of gold. Now Parker needs the final few yards of dirt at Emerson to pay to have any chance of breaking even. Parker is hoping there's a narrow pay streak at the base of this deep wall of bedrock in Emerson Trench. The dig is only a few feet deep, but it could hold enough gold to put Parker back into the black. In the Klondike, the Hoffman crew has one last chance to get 1,000 ounces. Jack has hatched a controversial plan to thaw out the gold-rich pay dirt in Cut 1. They're going to build a massive bonfire. The Hoffman crew is 279 ounces short of their 1,000-ounce goal. The Hoffman crew is about to find out if their massive bonfire thawed out the gold-rich pay dirt in Cut 1. The permafrost deep in the gold channel has been frozen solid for thousands of years. Jack's crazy plan may just have worked. The Hoffman crew has 721 ounces of gold, but they need almost 300 ounces to pay just from this pay dirt to hit 1,000 ounces. Down south at Porcupine Creek, Dakota Fred has given up on the glory hole 21 ounces short of his 160-ounce goal, but Dustin isn't ready to throw in the towel. A month ago, Dustin flooded and then dredged the glory hole to suck out any gold that the excavator couldn't dig. Now with the glory hole 30 feet deeper, Dustin hopes to find even richer dirt. The temperature is just 35 degrees, 20 degrees colder than the last time Dustin went swimming in the glory hole. A pump sucks loose sediment up the hose. The dirt is then forced over the riffles in the sluice box where any gold collects. The hose that the pumps paid dirt into the sluice box has broken loose. After 2 cold hours, Dustin has dredged everything he can from the bottom of the glory hole. The success of the season now depends on the contents of a 6-foot sluice box. The next day the big freeze hits Alaska hard. At the Big Nugget mine the temperature plunged to 15 degrees overnight, and Parker Snubble still needs 30 ounces of gold just to break even. In temperatures now well below freezing, Parker battles treacherous ice and frozen ground in Emerson Trench. He needs every last scoop of pay dirt. He hits bedrock at the end of the road. Parker's pay dirt has finally run out. Parker goes straight to the wash plant Stick to look for signs of gold. With his sluice boxes frozen solid, Parker's chance of getting 30 ounces of gold is slipping away. Overnight, the Alaskan winter has tightened its grip on the Big Nugget mine, making it even tougher for Parker to get 30 ounces he needs to break even. The last goal of the season is in his sluice boxes, but everything is frozen solid. Parker's last goal is locked in the sluices. He needs hot water and lots of it to melt the ice. It's 10 degrees and the temperature is falling fast. It's too cold to pan the gold-rich concentrated Big Nugget. Parker decides to take it home, and for the last time he leaves the mine that has been in his family for a quarter of a century. In the back of his truck sits dirt that will make or break Parker's season. And in the river in the Klondike, the Hoffman crew's running the thawed-out dirt from the Gold Channel, the best dirt they've seen in 3 seasons of mining. Big frozen chunks of bedrock are stuck in the chute above the shaker. If they keep running, they could do serious damage to their wash plant, but Todd is in no mood to give up. For 4 more hours, the Hoffmans forced the last of their season's pay dirt through the wash plant. In Haines, Alaska, Parker returns home. With no more good ground left at Big Nugget, he's closed his grandfather's mine forever. There's one last thing Parker has to do this season: pan the last of the Big Nugget mine gold. He needs another 30 ounces just to be able to pay off the $45,000 he still owes. Parker could have more gold in this last cleanup than he ever imagined. Back at Porcupine Creek, the Dakota boys are eager to find out if they hit their season's goal of 160 ounces. Dakota Fred weighs the gold take for the entire season. They need another 21 ounces worth over $30,000. In the Klondike, the Hoffman crew is about to find out if their last cleanout pushed them over the 1,000 ounces. They've mined 721 ounces of gold this season, but to hit their goal of 1,000 ounces, they still need a massive 279 ounce cleanout. The most they've ever got in a single cleanout is 200 ounces. Outside the tent, the Hoffman crew anxiously awaits the news. Every ounce of gold they pulled out of the Klondike of this season is now in Todd's hands. And finally, the last cleanouts of the seasons for all 3 crews are the following. The Dakota boys cleared 24 ounces of gold in their last cleanout of the season, putting them at a total of 163 ounces worth $260,000. Parker Snubble cleared 31 ounces of gold in his last cleanout of the season, putting him at a total of 192 ounces worth $307,000. The Hoffman crew cleared 82 ounces of gold in their last cleanout of the season, putting them at a total of 803 ounces worth $1,280,000. So, this was the review for Gold Rush Season 3, Episode 16, The Motherlode. So that's the end of the 3rd season of Gold Rush, and must I say that it has been a great season as well. Hopefully Discovery will extend it to a 4th season, which I have no doubt will happen, since this show is one of the most loved shows around. Also make sure to check back within the next few days, where I'll upload a video about what the 3 crews plan in the future. That video will also feature what the crews went through in not only this season, but any of the other seasons. Finally, if you have any suggestions to what I could review next, feel free to write it in the comments below. Thanks for listening in. Take care until next time.